Hello and welcome to episode 2 of my Conspiracy Debunked series. Last time we did the Flat Earth debunked, and today we are going to do another weird myth that people think is true. And today we're doing the Bermuda Triangle. That's the one we're working on today. Now, this is another very well-known theory that loads of people think is true. So just to give a little recap on what this theory is. So, pretty much explained clearly, the Bermuda Triangle is a certain place in the ocean that loads of planes fly over. It's sort of round, like, I believe it's not, well, it's in a place called Bermuda. But it's become famous for random disappearances of planes and ships around that area. And people think it's something supernatural. People believe it's like portals to another universe. People think it's something to do with aliens. People also think there's something supernatural going on there. But today, I'm going to debunk it. And I'm going to tell you what's really going on. What the actual truth is behind it. So this whole series is just me debunking loads of myths that people believe is true and just bringing you back to reality, giving you the proper explanations behind it. So you don't get confused about anything you see online, because this is the truth that people just aren't really saying because people would like a dramatic story. But this is the real life truth about it. And that's what this whole series is about. So let's get started with the explanation about the Bermuda Triangle. So the first thing that I want to debunk is the facts about it. So the facts about it pretty much goes as I say. So let's start by talking about the fact that the Bermuda Triangle is a very, very busy area for planes and ships. So there's probably hundreds of planes that fly over that area every single day and night, and it can get very busy. Because there's loads of aircraft, so loads of boats flying over it all the time, the more easier it can be for things to get a little bit lost over there. You know, we can't always track things perfectly all the time, even with the way the technology is nowadays. Do you know about Flight Radar 24? You know, you go online and you can track every plane in the world, find out where it's coming from, where it's landed, what its make is, how high up it's flying, how fast it's going, all those things. And yet it's still not 100% accurate all the time. And that's just the way technology is. You know, nothing in tech is guaranteed. So that's one reason. And it's just very busy. With loads of planes coming and going, it can be quite hard to keep track of it all the time. And that makes me want to just go into the second point I wanted to make as well, is how loads of these so-called disappearances, mysterious disappearances, that's emphasis on mysterious disappointed, by the way, all these happened long before satellites, proper compasses, and proper navigation. Because here's a question for you, right? In the last 20 years, have you seen any news reports about disappearances in that area? No. And do you know why? Satellites. That's why. Because all these mysterious disappearances that people were getting really scared about back in the day, all those disappearances were long before flight trackers and all the technology we have for tracking aircrafts and boats nowadays. Because you've got to realise, navigation, pretty crap back then. People didn't have the technology to be able to track aircraft properly. So when they lost the connection, they used to think, oh no, it's disappeared. But it didn't disappear. The connection was just lost. Nothing disappeared. It was just the connection on the compass just playing up, doesn't want to play ball. That's all it was. There was nothing mysterious about it. It's just laggy tech. That's all it really is. Just laggy technology. There's nothing weird about that at all. It's just laggy technology. And also, another thing you've got to realise is about storms. So, if a plane flies in a storm, you know, rough winds, rain, waves, all that stuff, all that excitement of flying in a storm can make you lose connection. It can make the plane go a little bit... You know, during that Artemis 2 rocket launch, you remember when they said, we're going to lose connection for 10 minutes as we come back down to Earth? Does that then necessarily mean that the Artemis rocket mysteriously disappeared? No, it meant it lost connection. It didn't mysteriously disappear, did it? It just lost connection as they were coming back down to Earth. Because that's what happens. If you're in a certain area, say if I went out for a walk, right, and I took my phone with me, and I decided to go for a walk around the Forest of Dean or something, a really foresty area. Somebody wanted to get in touch with me. Somebody wanted to phone me. They phoned me. I'm sorry, this person can't take your call right now. Oh my God, he's disappeared. No, I haven't disappeared. My phone's just lost connection. I haven't disappeared. I'm still here. It's just my phone, the reception, has gone a bit laggy. And that's exactly what's happened with those flight radars. And that particular area, and scientists have actually said that that area has got no more disappearances than any other area in the world. So I actually don't really see why it's that big of a deal. Because the only reason why is because of films and stories and media making it sound worse than it is. Like, I believe it's only like 4 disappearances. And if they even weren't disappearances, they would just... It's like, you know, when ships sink to the bottom of the ocean and they can't be found. Doesn't mean they mysteriously disappeared. It just means the shipwreck can't be found. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just means it can't be found. If I can't find a sock in the wash, doesn't mean it's disappeared. Just means it can't be found. It's still there. It exists. I just can't find it. That's what happens with the planes. Doesn't mean they've disappeared. They just are struggling to find them because that's what connection and stuff used to be like. Navigation used to be rubbish. Nowadays, we're lucky that we've got a lot of brilliant technology out there to help us track different vehicles and stuff. And we've got flight radars that in every airport that tracks all the planes around the area so we know where they are at all times. Back then, we didn't have that. That was non-existent back then. All these disappearances were nothing to do with supernatural. And if aliens wanted to abduct us, why would they choose a random spot every time to do that? What is the difference between that area and any other area in the world? I just blow your mind why people chose that area particularly, other than literally any other area you could choose, and yet you chose that area. That's what it doesn't really get. Anyway, I think that's pretty much covered the whole Bermuda Triangle theory. I'm going to do another episode next time where I'm going to touch on some more myths, because I want to get through as many as I possibly can, because I think that people really need to hear this series, because I'm probably one of the only people on YouTube right now actually talking sense about these things, not saying dramatic stories about it and trying to scare people. I'm just giving you the genuine truth, not trying to scare you, because I'm not an idiot. I'm just giving you the truth about it. I'm telling you what it really is. Not dramatic stories. You know, I want facts, not stories. And that's the main thing. And that's what this series is going to be about. So if you like this episode and you want to hear more stupid theories and random myths debunked, then you've come to the right place, because that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be debunking more and more of them as the days go on. And just so you know, I am getting this research from proper sources. I'm not just making this up. I am genuinely doing proper research on this before I make videos. This is proper information. This is not random stuff. This is genuinely scientific, certified information. So none of this stuff on here is a load of rubbish. This is proper information that I'm getting from sources online. And I will tell you exactly the sources I'm getting it from as well, so you know it's proper real information. It is Google and AI are all these proper scientific answers. So you know they've been properly certified by professionals before they're coming to this video. And that's how you know that it's not just a random person online spouting this rubbish. I'm getting it from proper sources. And that's where there's other people fall short, because mine actually has got proper evidence. I don't think all those people is just coming from how they feel, not actual scientific evidence, which puts me way ahead of those people, because I'm actually searching and looking for my evidence instead of just spouting whatever I'm thinking about, just pressing that little red button and just saying whatever the hell I want. At least I'm actually going out and gathering evidence before I decide to talk into a camera. And that's what everyone should be doing, instead of doing research before you make videos, instead of just saying whatever comes into your head and then putting it down as a fact. Anyway, that is episode 2 covered. Episode 3, I'm thinking about maybe doing the moon landing one next, because that's another one that's quite been talked about quite a lot, isn't it? About the moon landing being fake. Still one I can't wrap my head around. So I'm thinking that should be episode 3. So that's the one I'm going to cover maybe tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow night. I'm going to plan for tomorrow night to do the moon landing one. So I will see you tomorrow night for a conspiracy video that is out of this world.